Metatags and titles in Builderall. Hi there. This is just to go through how in Builderall we're able to add things like the title page, the title name for the page, the meta tags that go into the source code to let search bots know what the page is about, and also doing some on-page SEO work. The way to do it is basically you get your pages built, and then before you publish the site, if you go to the pages, now this is just a practice site that I've got where I've got all sorts of different things going on. For each page, you just hover over it, say this is the sales page, go to the little cogwheel, and then you begin to see things here that you can actually begin to use. Now this is quite important down here because it gives you a preview of how this page will look if it gets indexed by Google. And at the moment you can see it isn't very interesting at all. I mean, if you go to Google, sorry, I'm in Google. If you go into Google and search for, say, digital marketing tools, this is the information here. What you have is a title, then you have here the description in which you can put your keywords and things like that. And if you see here, when I'm searching for digital marketing tools, this has got that word in, so it highlights it and bolds it. So that's actually quite a good sort of way of actually ensuring that you, when people are searching for your page, they actually can see what it's about. So as I say, this area here will help us see what Google will see and what real people will see when they're searching, when in the search results your page comes up. Now, to begin to change this, we need to start adding things in the title page, the description, and the keywords. So in the title page, that's what this will add to up here, and I'll show you how to change this default part in a second. Now, I'm just pretending for the moment that I'm actually selling a course on YouTube Mastery. So I've got all my things written out already. So we'll call the page YouTube Mastery, and then if we click update there, you can immediately see it's beginning to look more interesting now because it's got YouTube Mastery there. So if we now look at the description area, and I've got a short description here, I would actually advise you to write a slightly longer description than this because in fact Google will now accept longer descriptions. And then if we update, beginning to see that what we've got here now is a much more interesting sort of description and also a title. So if somebody's searching for YouTube courses, perhaps we should put that as a capital letter. And I would actually perhaps change that to YouTube video course. And update that again. And I think that's probably beginning now to be a much better description that people would actually find on Google when they're searching, because you've got a good description. That's one of the things that Google will take into account when indexing your page to be able to bring up the results onto page one. Now the thing that's remaining that don't look very good are this thing here that says sales page and this thing here that says default. Now, if you look at the address, I've got sales page there. And if we look down here, exactly the same. So what we want to do is actually change the address of the page to something, again, that is more descriptive of what the page is about. So I'm going to call it YouTube Mastery. I'm not going to put any hyphens in there. Pick that up. and then update that again. And again, what you're seeing now is YouTube Mastery there. Now that's a much better page name to have, a much better address, because it again describes what the page is going to be about. So now what we do now, I'm going to fix the default bit in a second. We save with a little save. We go to the big save and save that there. That means that for that page now, those settings have been saved properly. If you go back now, I will show you how to change the default bit. Now, it's obviously coming from my layouts because the layout is called default. So as this is going to be about YouTube Mastery, what we need to do is change the name of the layout. So if we go to the little cog here, and instead of default, we actually put in something much more descriptive. Now we don't want to put in YouTube Mastery because otherwise on Google it will actually read YouTube Mastery pipe YouTube Mastery, which won't look terribly good. So what we could do would be to call this video course, and I would suggest that you actually write a fuller description of this than just copying the same thing into every page, to try and get a bit of variation in. And you can put a couple of keywords in. However, as I say, Google does not take too much notice of them anymore. We'll just leave it at that. Now, there are other meta tags. In fact, there are a lot of them. And if you go to metatag.org, I think it's called. Let me just look it up. Or any of these will actually do. The one on Moz is a very good article. Actually, this is a very good article. So I'll actually put this into the underneath the video. So what it does is it talks you through what is good and what isn't good. There's lots of different ones here that you can put in, and you would, if you wish to, you'd actually add them in there. But to be honest with you, having a title, the description, and a keyword or two in there is probably as much as you need. So let's save that. Go over to the main save. Save that there. Now, if we go back into our page that we were working on, and we haven't put keywords in there, but we can do, you can now see that this has been updated to video course, pipe, YouTube Mastery. And all of a sudden, what we've got there from what was a very poor description, as we would see on Google, what we've now got is actually a very good description that would potentially be picked up by Google, depending of course on what we have on our pages as well, to actually help people find what they want and come to our page to actually look at the course that we've got to give them. So I hope this has been useful, showing you how to get started putting your meta tags into Builderall and getting the title of your page configured correctly. I'll be following this up again with some more videos going into this with a little bit more depth.